The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday. And do you know what Saturday's for? Saturday's for the boys. That's right. We got some gaming. I got the coffee. We having a good time. I got some jumping music. It is all right today. Joining me as always is my left-hand man, the author, Applegate.
G'day, friends and fans, and welcome to another men's room. And yes, it's Saturday evening here, and it's coffee.
For the boys, yeah, that's right. Man, I already got a comment over on the Rumble page. He says the globalists are putting MNRA in the food now. I don't disagree. But, yeah. We're going to play some Red Dead, have some good time, have fun. And, yeah, David said he's watching an interview, and we hit the go live button. So tell me about that interview he's watching.
Okay, to restart, I found myself with some time to kill because I finished the chapter I was working on. So I watched Tucker Carlson because who doesn't these days? I mean, F the mainstream media, right?
Yep, exactly.
I mean, if you want to know what's going on, don't watch the mainstream media. But
Pretty true.
As you know, Tucker Carlson interviews people that nobody else will. And he interviewed a guy who's the Freedom Foundation, the Internet Freedom Foundation, good old First Amendment. Who doesn't support the First Amendment? Well, the State Department, the CIA, the EU, the Pentagon. They see the First Amendment as a threat to democracy.
Yep. Well.
Because your freedom of speech means you can criticize dear leader.
Yeah. Speaking of criticizing, if you want to call in 540-251-7297, you can talk to us.
Now, back in the early days, they had full control of the media, Operation Mockingbird.
Yeah.
But Mockingbird was never expanded to include social media, even though they created that Google was specifically created by DARPA through Stanford University and the Endowment for Democracy to create a regime change machine, right, that would enable the government to track searches around the world. Right?
Yeah.
Now, Google is one of the biggest data contractors to the US government and other governments around the world. It accounts for most of their revenue.
Thanks, Mr. Pearson.
So it's an artificial company, right? It is a product of the state. So, sorry, Milne. I know you say the state doesn't produce anything, but they do. They produce institutions that support the state. Now, They also created a little unknown tool called Tor. For people who don't know what it is, and torrents, they don't know what it is. That's fine. Those are tools to enable data sharing through networks unmonitored by governments, right? Until recently, China could not access VPNs, right? They could not unravel in real time secure HTML, right? They can now. That's what their big supercomputers are for, to unravel, to decrypt encrypted internet transmissions in real time.
You serious, Clark?
But anyway, that's not what this interview was about. This interview was about how the government, in order to shifted from regime change programs, where up until Ukraine, coups, they would fund militant groups, right? They'd find El Generalissimo a few $1 million, pat him on the back and say, "You're now a defender of democracy. And by the way, here's some US aid." And by US aid, we mean lots of guns, right?
Yeah.
Pull in your horns.
Defend democracy.
Yeah, defend democracy. Plus, you would have a coup. It's a legitimately elected
David,
government.
you have to defend democracy.
Yeah.
You have to.
Come on, folks.
By
please,
overthrowing legitimately elected governments because they don't agree with US foreign policy, right?
Look, David, defend the democracy, all right? Just do it. Don't ask questions. Just defend democracy. It's your job.
So former CIA government agents and former journalists can collect six-figure salaries from NGOs.
Yeah. You must defend it.
So the State Department found they could not get around, they could not institute back in 2016 certain laws, right, that would have shut down Trump on Twitter. So what they did is they got Europe to do it because Twitter is global. Europe passes a law. They can censor the globe through Europe, right? But Trump won anyway because they weren't able to get it up and running in time. But all these big NGOs, you have hundreds of government institutions every year getting billions of dollars to defend democracy. And they're all staffed by activists who have, and this goes back to 1948 with the rigging of the Italian elections, ballot stuffing. And they realized that it was cheaper to defend democracy than it was to actually invade countries.
Well, people just weren't defending their democracy.
Yeah. The last big U.S. invasion was the Philippines, right? Believe it or not.
I don't know. But the Philippines didn't defend their democracy.
Yeah. But the U.S. right, did not invade Iraq with the purpose of instituting a permanent U.S. establishment, right? It was a puppet state, but it wasn't as big as the takeover of the Philippines prior to World War II.
Well,
where they
their
tried
fault
to
for
make
not
the
defending
Philippines-
democracy.
Yeah, they tried to make the Philippines. It was the last time the U.S. tried to make a foreign country into a U.S. state. Ironically, it's probably the only successful time they did that was Hawaii. They tried Panama in 1936. Didn't last long. Roosevelt had to call off the campaign after 6 months.
Balls.
But yeah, defending democracy. That's the institutions that were created to defend democracy from disinformation now actively run campaigns where, now, of course, people are going to say, oh, this is bullshit. They can point to Tucker Carlson getting millions of views, etc. And you're right. They do have cracks in the system.
Yeah. Well,
They do have to have a pretense of democracy, right?
that's why we got to defend democracy.
So while Tucker Carlson is allowed to speak and is censored, they are still monitoring everything he does, and they know what he's going to say before he publishes it, right?
Yeah.
So they can enact through their bad actors, all the pre-programmed responses and all the, to make sure that public opinion isn't swayed by Tucker Carlson.
Well, glad they're doing their best to defend democracy.
Ultimately, how effective is Tucker Carlson? Has he swayed an election? Has he done anything other than entertain millions of people?
Yeah. He's defended democracy.
Yeah. And of course, he actually did call out Fox News, saying that, Roger Ailes got his money from to start Fox News off Murdoch, and Murdoch was part of the foreign policy establishment when he was at university. They're talking about the current Murdoch, not Murdoch Senior, right? Lachlan, who went to Stanford, not Rupert Murdoch, who didn't go to university. He was a journalist, an actual journalist. But it does go back to 1948 when government, in Australia, the government gave Murdoch and others printing presses. I didn't know this, but in Australia, the government used to own all the presses until 48. Why is 1948 so important? Well, that is when foreign policy changed from the War Department to the defense industry. Basically, governments were not, the West was told, and under no certain terms, that it could not expand its borders. Even so. Well, don't forget, World War One was created to destroy old empires, right? The Turks, the British, the Germans, and the French empires was the whole point of World War One was to destroy the empire. Because there's a threat to US global businesses. US global businesses could not expand or compete against the European powers.
Perfect pronghorn. Now I need a perfect wolf. Look at my man out here trying to defend democracy. That's awesome.
Globalists are putting, So we heard you, DK. Are you a bot?
Maybe, I don't know. DK6654. He might be. I don't know. Glad you're here.
Yeah, but
don't do bad things. Just talk. Talk to us.
Yeah.
We're cool. You can hang out with us.
Yeah, I'm not saying
you can call a number down below if you want to.
But your blog link has been subverted by a advertisement to Superfood, so I think he's a bot.
Okay.
It's not a legitimate blog post. It doesn't exist. It's a redirect.
So how does that affect us if he's a bot? I mean, at least he's here, I guess.
No.
Thanks for the view?
No, I'm not. Basically,
no, I'm just saying, I guess it's there for a view. That's cool.
Yeah, that's there for a view, but, there's no point in trying to talk to it because it's not going to respond.
Okay.
I mean, if it's a live person, then sure.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to censor it. I'm just saying that I don't think there's any point in answering because I don't think they're going to respond.
Eastern wild turkey. Yeah, dude, if you're a bot, say you're a bot. If you're not a bot, say you're not.
Well, talk to you. Yeah, talk to us.
Yeah, dude. It's cool. It's totally cool. All right? Yeah. It's super cool. Totally. Yeah. Yeah, it's super cool. All right? Yeah, it's totally cool. I don't care. Yeah. I don't judge. It's cool. It's totally cool. Just Just saying. You know, some people don't like it. I like it. I think it's fine. You can do what you want. It's cool. It's America. We're defending democracy over here. Yeah, we're doing our thing. It's totally cool.
I just unlike the page, and it's showing up in my feed. And no matter how many times I click unlike or unfollow, it's not unliking.
Knock that dude's head right off. Gosh. Hooch run. Hooch run. Hooch run. There's no cover. Oh gosh. That dude never even seen what hit him. What is that?
I think he's given up. No.
Oh, it's a bull elk. Them deadgum them mooses. We never gonna find a moose. Moose.
Oh.
Moosing. Fast travel. Let's go home.
This is weird. Well, it finally
There's
worked.
3 people
Yay.
over on Rumble. What's up, Rumble?
So the latest bent they're trying to push is Zendaya. What is it?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Well, they tried to push her before, and then then people didn't take that didn't take off. But Dakota.
Oh, hey, remember last night we were talking about the house explosion?
Yes.
All right. Have you looked at my Twitter? There was an update. I retweeted it this morning, but it was last night, like about an hour and a half after we got off the stream. There was like a mile long response of like emergency vehicles headed that direction. Like it was an aerial view, and it was just like a street covered in emergency vehicles, and they were like, "Dude, this is way too much." Response.
Said that. As you can tell, my motorcycle loving neighbor likes his motorcycle.
I like his motorcycle too. That's cool.
Except
what kind
it
of bike
sounds like
is it?
he's
You
got.
know?
It looks like it looks like a Harley, but it doesn't quite sound like one, and it sounds like it's missing. It sounds like it's got one instead of 2 exhausts.
Yeah,
you can hear that. You can hear that firing, that spit. That spit. When motorbikes are poorly tuned, that spitting spark spit. You can hear that spark spit. He's not taking good care of it.
Do you know? Like, do you ever see this thing like out? Like not being ridden?
He goes out at night. He comes out at night mostly.
Oh.
But he has a couple of leather side saddles, and it has the big chopper on the front.
Gotcha. I was curious. If you ever get a picture of it, like send it to me. I'll tell you what it is.
Yeah,
I like motorcycles.
I realize that, but I don't mind motorcycles. But this one's getting abused.
Yeah.
You can hear the spark misfiring. You can hear that it's missing a baffle in its muffler.
Well, I don't ever. I don't use no baffles in my mufflers. I keep mine straight pipe. Loud pipe, save lives. Let's see. All right, I need snake, muskrat, and Fox.
I won't be able to make that for you without more materials.
Okay, shut up, Pearson. I need one more wolf, so let's go find us a wolf.
It makes you feel a bit more
Like I
like
said,
home.
if you see the primary flash, and then it's a flat explosion, and then you see the vertical gas
Yeah.
explosion. That was big.
Yeah, mine,
But
my bike does that too, because I don't have no baffles in it. It's straight pipe. So when I'm
Yeah.
when I'm cruising, like my dad was behind me one night. He said, he was like, man, every time you let off the gas, there was a big old fireball come out of that pipe. I was like, dang, dude, that's cool. So like I've never technically seen it, but I've heard it. So it's cool.
Mm.
He said I was riding and it just went, wow, bow. When you let off the gas and it calms down. I need to get that bike back running, dude. That bike was cool. Oh, yep, just glitched right through it. That's cool. I miss my bike. That bike was quick. Just kidding, Mom, if you're watching. Just kidding. It's quick on a video game. I don't even think she's home. Pretty sure she's not home. I don't see her car. That's one cool thing about where I'm at. Like I can see my parents' house from right here. Like just, like that. That's super cool. Map. I'm the 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 map. All right, where am I going to go? I want to go to this Barrow Lagoon. I think that one's a good place to get some things. There's another one somewhere. That Springs is a good one.
But censorship doesn't work when you can talk to your neighbours over a tractor and then gather in a big tractor park and then decide to go down the highway to Rome and block traffic. I mean,
yeah.
You can't stop that.
Well, man.
Basically, you see the truckers just pulled in. This is happening in Italy right now. Bunch of tractors were headed to Rome for a third day of protests. And they pulled out onto the highway, and the trucks started lining up beside
there's
them.
a wall.
And followed them all the way, basically. Yeah. Basically, how are you going to censor that? You can't stop it. There's no communicate. They just see each other. They wave. They get into a tractor park.
Oh.
They start talking.
Why no?
Oh, dang!
Who else? Sure, I'll shoot you. Wouldn't mind some practice. Well, let's get to it then.
I hope I know what I'm doing.
Quick draw. We've got to get in place. Yeah. There's the stones. I think you're not in the right place yet. Are you? Oh, yeah. As soon as he touched his gun, he was dead. Good shooting.
Yeah. I was kind of worried about it, to be honest with you.
I know, but as soon as he touched his gun, you're off the mark, and bang, he was Dodo.
Yep.
I mean, he's more alive than Biden, but he's still dead.
So I did away with, I put my double barrel away and got two matching pistols. So I'm dual wielding, which they're kind of cool.
Well, like 45 Colts.
I don't know.
You get dinged.
I guess I don't get to
loot.
like take their stuff. I mean, I don't know. Loot.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah, I see it. Oh, got some money and a watch. And you didn't get witnessed.
I didn't get dinged.
Yeah, you didn't get dinged. You didn't get witnessed.
Well, see, like it was a duel fair and square. Like I didn't do anything wrong.
No, he touched his gun. You shot him. But usually this game has a.
Yep, you're right.
Usually this game still dings you. You know, still dings you. Still has somebody going, "Oh my God, he shot somebody," even though they shot you first. And yeah, this is the first time I've actually seen a duel in this game that's actually gone right.
Yeah, something I didn't like, you know.
You didn't expect. You're expecting a ding.
Yeah. Truth be told, yeah, I was. I always get dinged, so, you know. Whatever.
Damn, I'm still thinking about that chocolate cake. Dude. To be honest, I was thinking about that chocolate cake. Damn.
Dude, that chocolate cake did look good.
In the US, can you buy a chocolate mud cake for $7? Maybe it's some coffee outlets. Maybe.
There, yeah. I don't know, for a slice of chocolate cake. Well, see, he bought all that for like $7.
That's what I mean. I mean, here we couldn't buy that. Although $7 US, yeah, we could buy the cake and a coffee. But he didn't buy a cake and a coffee.
Now I was watching something on X, and it was I think it was a clip of him purchasing stuff at the. Oh, that's a squirrel. I don't need that. At that grocery store, and I think
I remember sharing that. Yeah,
I think it got fact checked.
Yeah.
You see, there's apparently there's some issue with the way that they were portraying it, and apparently most Russians spend 60% of their annual pay in food. So it's cheap for us because we're thinking about being an American, you know, dollars.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, the Russian income is 35,365 per month. That's the Russian
35,000 a month
in rupees, which ain't that much.
And what does that translate to in American currency or U.S. currency or even Australian?
In real money. Yeah, in real money. Let me give you real money. Right.
Yeah.
Now, I got to spell. I spelled it wrong. It's rupees, not rupees. Rupees is Indian, which is even less.
Yeah,
that's $384. So yeah, spending $100 for 2 weeks of food is a big deal. You're right.
Yeah,
so there is that perspective that Russians are spending a high portion of their income on food.
Man, that's crazy.
The thing is, the average Russian household though is still, they're saying, despite all that, you know, the average income is low. The cost of food is proportionately low, but their proportionate spending on food is high because their income is monthly, not weekly. But the average Russian household that has people working, both people working, the unemployment is low in Russia. And though 35,000 is the average, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That is across all of Russia. In Moscow, it's like 50,000. So it's close, nearly twice that in Moscow. So you would expect if they're buying Russian food, if they're only buying Russian food, right, they'll be paying less because they're not buying it in a store, right? If you're buying in St. Petersburg or Moscow, you're paying more. You're buying, it's like when I was in Vietnam, right, in 2006, I went to Metro to shop. I would spend about $100, right? Which is
Mhm.
more than the average Vietnamese wage at the time. But that's because I'm shopping in a government run store where in an area where the government average income is 2 to 3 times that, right? Plus, it's also catering to foreigners. Whereas if I went to the local Vietnamese market, I would buy fish for next to nothing. You know, I'd buy a whole meal for $1.
Mm.
It's the same in Russia. If he went to a Russian market, like the farmers market north of Moscow, he would pay way less.
Yeah.
Because remember, he went to a store where people's incomes are higher than the average Russian income. Government workers, it's this central Moscow, so there's going to be a lot of foreigners.
Yeah. But
So it's still
that being
cheaper.
said, though, so even if they're spending more, like, what does that mean for like your average? You know, I mean,
The
that's got to
average
show
Russian
some
doesn't
difference
shop there.
because it's like, well, on one hand, yeah, they're paying kind of cheaper, but it's
Still
it's more.
proportionately higher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how it affects the average Russian is the average Russian doesn't shop there. Did anybody shopping there look like the average Russian?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know what an average Russian looks like.
That's exactly right. You don't know if they're the average Russians or they're the middle class who have a much higher proportionate income. Having been to several poor countries, and Russia still counts as Russia's a second tier country on income, right? The only thing first world Russia has is military, right? Income's low. Standard of living is pretty much average for most of Russia, but it's still low income. It's a country that's been in recession for longer than it's been in, it's been in recession for a long time. Putin's slowly raising the standard of living. He has brought up the average wage. It has increased. The Russian economy has grown by 0.7%. He has spent more on infrastructure and other services, which is that's slowing the growth of Russian wages, by the way, because it basically undercuts private industry, right? But it's a trade-off. If you're a country with a large amount of poor people, you have to provide lots of government services. And actually, if you're in a rich country and provide lots of government services, you create a poor country. So there is that problem that no government has seemed to be able to solve. So you have Russia where people go, yes, the food, a lot of that food would be sold to foreigners. You'll get the fact check is incomplete because it doesn't state that is not where average Russians go. Right.
So that's like
That's where
saying buying food in like California as opposed
yeah,
to
all of
and
America.
portraying that you're in middle America.
Yeah. Because if you're in middle
Okay.
America, yeah. If you exactly like it's like going to I forget the name of the store, right? But it's like saying, yeah, if you're a middle income earner in DC and you go to the supermarket, whereas where most people in DC are going to be they're actually going to be shopping outside of DC at Walmart, right?
Right.
They're not going to be upscale. Now, I'm not saying that for us, that was not an upscale supermarket. But for the average Russian, that was an upscale supermarket. They like going to Walmart, man.
That's true.
I mean, you look at Walmart in America, it's for the likes of you and me. But in, say, Russia and China, that's actually an upscale supermarket. It's a luxury just to walk past one. Speaking of which, Walmart closed its last Shanghai operation, I think. Although when they announced it had already been closed for some time, so it's weird. But I think the thing that and don't forget, that's the censorship regime that I was talking about with Tucker Carlson, that he was interviewing about how in Europe they don't have the First Amendment protection. So the US government has created a backdoor censorship regime by providing through tech companies like Google AI bots and censorship laws imposed on Twitter, where you do realize the majority of Twitter users aren't in the United States. So it's the same everywhere, but in Europe, they had an expectation of free speech and privacy, but they never enshrined it in the law. Well, they had what they, you know, the difference in between, the European Constitution, right, wasn't written down until recently, right, to the formation of the EU. Only England, even England, even though it had the Magna Carta, most of the English Constitution, common law, was not enacted through acts of Parliament. It was enacted through courts, subjective interpretations of the Magna Carta and legal practices. You didn't have written constitutions in full until Napoleon, which the US Constitution is loosely based off. Ironically, the Vietnamese Constitution is based loosely off the American Constitution. I forget the motto. Independence. I think, what is it? No. Freedom? Independence? Happiness? I think that's the motto. I forget. Been a while. Over 20 years. I've been to Vietnam a couple of times. My ex-wife was Vietnamese.
I was muted. Sorry. Nice.
Yeah. Lovely country. Some excellent historical places to visit. And as long as you don't talk about the war, everybody's friendly. Nobody wants to talk about the war. So they even closed most of the museums dedicated to it. Which at the time I thought was weird, because although they did it because it was upsetting the Chinese, because don't forget, there was the French. There were 3 Vietnam Wars. There was the French, the American, and the Chinese. People forget about that.
So we're looking at a at a car. I'm
Yeah.
contacting my buddy who works at a dealership and trying to set up a time to come look. But I just need to figure out when they're gonna be. Okay, Monday. But yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, my a good friend of mine. He's a car salesman, and me and Brandy had been talking about a trading her car in for a different one, something bigger for the family. Because my mother-in-law lives with us, so anytime we have to go somewhere, it's literally packing sardines.
Yep.
So we're looking to just add, some more space. We're looking at a minivan, which I'm not exactly thrilled about, but they can be cool, I guess.
What's
So we're gonna go
this?
look at two different minivans, and we'll see what's up.
That's nice. My mum used to have one. It was before my father's death. They got rid of the Mitsubishi. Yeah. It's yeah, it's a good investment.
Yeah. Well, we found a Honda. I kind of like it. And then we've got an idea of a Chrysler. So it's just kind of, not
It's what it
exactly
is.
sure what. Huh?
So, well, I don't know much about either one. It's about sometimes it just comes down to what's available at the price, right? That you can afford.
True.
Because I don't know much of the difference, but these days most of the cars are pretty much the same, in the same class, in the same, same build, same design, same engine. Sometimes you think they rolled out of the same factory.
Well, I was, you kind of know, like nowadays, like Honda's a pretty good brand.
Oh yeah, they've improved
So
dramatically.
yeah.
But I'm just talking about the difference between the cars these days are not much, right? 20 years ago,
No.
Chrysler was a bigger engine. You know that GMs were a heavier car. You know what I mean? There were always those subtle differences, but they've been disappearing lately. Although some cars still have distinct designs. Mostly, though, it's just a change in grille.
Yeah. Man, I heard some wolves just a minute ago. Where y'all at? Oh, it's a ram. But yeah, I'm not exactly looking forward to a minivan, but some of them have some pretty cool features.
Yeah.
evening time. Where are you? What?
Japanese creator of Super Smash Brothers has shocked the gaming community. One of the characters, Captain Falcon, derives his powers from his faith in Jesus.
That's cool.
Oh, Japanese video game more American than an American. Imagine Americans right now. No, Sky Daddy. Yeah. Now, this is not an endorsement of Demi Dore. I still think he's a secret Bernie supporter. He's only upset that Bernie hasn't won the election. But
Who?
Jimmy Dore. He's slowly getting big on YouTube. He's actually friends with Tucker Carlson and has interviewed recently Alex Jones. And he basically railed against Fauci and the Ukraine war lately. But he went off about how Bernie's a big sellout. He actually said Trump derangement. He actually did a piece recently on Trump derangement, which was actually, I found, it was actually surprising. I didn't think he would say it. That basically they don't like him because he isn't from their establishment. He's not from the, he didn't go to the right schools. He didn't mix with the right circles. He didn't wait his turn. He didn't endorse Hillary Clinton. All the mistakes of the establishment. Where you got to wait your turn. Follow the leader. Brown nose to the billionaire class. I thought he'd be railing against Trump, but he was actually saying, how they railroaded him. And I'm thinking, wow, normally, he's actually becoming libertarian, They also attacked Bill Maher as an out-of-touch multimillionaire, which is like, where have you been, Jimmy? Where's this Jimmy been for the last 20 years? Bill Maher's always been an out-of-touch millionaire. He only has a show because he sticks his butt firmly between the establishment crack. But that's the thing. Everybody's seen it. Everybody knows it. The brown noses, they're the ones, the brown noses. They're the ones on Twitter and Facebook posting all this stuff saying is how stunning and brave everything is. Oh, Zendaya, isn't she wonderful? Oh, Taylor Swift, I've always been a Taylor Swift fan. You go through their posts and there's like nothing before
Yeah.
They don't even like her page, and it's like, you've always been a fan? How come she's not how come in your music list she's not there, Yeah, these brown noses, I'm not saying every one of them's a paid bot. I'm sure the majority of them are legitimately what I forget the name of it. I saw it on the channel. It's like Jordan Peterson. He was talking about how the majority of Americans have become we're dumbing down the education system. Ooh. Through the dumbing down of the education system, most Americans are basically immature, right? They're stuck in high school.
Yeah.
They see something they don't like, and they have to rage against you and tell you how wrong you are. And it's like, how is me not liking Taylor Swift hurting you? You know. And again, most of them were never Taylor Swift fans until she hit the front page. It's like how they with Madam Web. They're trying to. I thought they'd given up making Dakota a thing, but they're trying to make her a thing again. They're trying to make Den Dyer a thing. They can't make up their mind, can they? They even put Kim Kardashian into a TV series on Netflix.
Oh, wow.
But it's true. The establishment has picked winners. And most of the time you go, yeah, oh, look at Taylor Swift, such a psyop. Oh, yes, she's made $1 billion. But actually, they've failed more often than they've succeeded. Right? Initially, they drummed up excitement over Game of Thrones. But that died. The J.J. Abrams, they drummed up excitement for the new Star Wars series. Yeah, and they got $2 billion the first outing. But after that, it went downhill so fast, right? Over 70% drop on the first movie to the second, and 68% from the second to the third, Huge drop. They haven't always succeeded in their psyops. 2016, they failed with their psyop, Though that took longer than it should have to fail, but it failed anyway. But a lot of people just, you try to explain to them, and they just, why does it hurt you that I don't like Taylor Swift? And then they go on, well, why does it hurt you that I do? And it's like, I never told you to not like Taylor Swift. I'm just saying she's a psyop. She's not organically liked by people. People were not sharing her music. People were not organically sharing her material. Every article, every post was coming from the mainstream media. That's a psyop. That is not people organically saying they like Taylor Swift. That is the media saying that people do. It's called the Oprah effect for a reason, where everybody.
Yeah, plus she's actually a clone, so.
Well, some people
you
say
heard about
she's
that
mad
one.
because she's got a clone. She got no butt. She's a man. Oh, I agree. She was surgically altered. I mean, I've seen the old photos of her. She's definitely surgically altered, and 2 inches taller for some reason.
She's a clone.
So they altered her to appeal to a mass audience, right?
Yeah.
They altered her voice. They altered her style. They took 2 years out to train her in Switzerland at a finishing school. They really put a lot of money into her. I mean, there's no way she spent $100 million on a private jet and all this, because she didn't have money. She was broke. And she was approached by a PR firm, and they said, if you sing this catalog of songs, you'll get this amount of money per song. Now, I think normally when you sing other people's songs, you're only getting like 9 cents, right? 99 cents per song, 9 cents goes to the artist. And then, of course, you've got all taxes and all that, and expenses. But it's so far working. But I've seen this happen before. I've seen this happen with Dire Straits. And after their I saw this happen with Queen both times, and Rolling Stones. After their big tour, everybody got sick of hearing them after that, right? So Taylor Swift is taking a huge gamble in this world tour business, because most groups who have done world tours end up going broke. Because look what happened with Britney Spears. Look what happened to Paris Hilton's music career. Look what happened to all of them. Oh, good shot. I saw a recent interview with the guy from Led Zeppelin. He looks like he's 1,000 years old. He's mumbling and stumbling, and all these big groups, they made a lot of money fast. I saw, what's the other one? Talking Heads. They all, after big tours, because there's no growth. Once you've sold albums to everybody, there's no growth. There's nobody. Everybody's heard you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Daggone it, they're both poor. They must not have been. They must not have been 3 stars to begin with.
Yeah. It's a phenomenon in music. You know, when you first hear an artist, it makes an impression. You might like it. You might buy 1 or 2 albums, but you're not going to go to their concert year in, year out. It eventually wears off. Even if you like them, even if you go to, have you ever been to a concert and you're just standing there and it's like, what's the hype?
Yeah, I I went to a Foo Fighter concert one time. It was a music festival, and there was multiple bands during that day, and one of them was LL Cool J, and I was just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get some food. I'm gonna do this, and like it was very blunt. It was very out of like character for the music festival. Everything was kind of rock, stuff all day, and then all of a sudden here comes LL Cool J rapping, and it was kind of like, okay, this is weird.
Yeah. See, because they've been pushing rap. Yes, you saw the Ice-T interview, didn't you? You know, the one where he admits that he was less than legitimate.
Oh,
that's his. Yeah.
I mean, he seems like a good dude.
Yeah, but he wasn't. He was laundering drug money.
Ah. Well,
yeah.
His wife's hot.
Yeah, he is. But he got out of the music industry and became an actor, and basically let the statute of limitations run out on all his crimes. But he did pay a lot of money. He had to pay out a lot of money to clean up, to get clean, So he cleaned himself up, but it was not. It was basically a lot of these big name stars. They are not making the money people think they are, or they're not.
Probably not.
Like Ice Cube. He came out and said he didn't sing the songs he sang. Was it who was he interviewed by? He came out recently in an interview. See if I can find it. He was saying they pushed rap hard on the black community, and you look at the damage that was done. Kids basically addicted to crime. They're not addicted to drugs; they're addicted to crime. They don't want a future. They want the gangster lifestyle promised to them in the music, in the songs, History. No. I mean, a lot of these artists, you go to some of the concerts and you can hear the electronics in the sound. You can hear the off distortion. I don't know how people can put up with it. Oh, it was Tucker.
Yeah.
Ice Cube calls out Oprah for blacklisting him. Ice Cube admits 90s gangster rap was a government psyop. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Black people should vote. You know,
It definitely did what it's supposed to do.
No. Hey, he's not black. He just said black people should stop voting for Democrats. Well, he ain't black, is he? Ice Cube's no longer black.
Nope.
He's internalized. Washing powder.
Yeah.
Bleach. He's soaking in Clorox. He's bleached. But I mean, but he said, yeah, they dumped a large sum of money on him and basically said, you're going to sing these songs or else, you know. And basically it took its toll on NWO, and they just couldn't stand being around each other anymore. I get it. He wants to be a positive role model. That's very rare these days. But a lot of people are saying that these people speaking, it's too late. Like, they took the money, they did the dirty, and nobody's going to listen to them anymore. You know what I mean? Because they're... Oh, geez, I almost forgot. I was going to say, wait, you can't swim. Oh, wait, it's Arthur, not John.
He just stood there and looked.
Yeah. Don't worry, vegan. He was eating grass and farting. He was eating your food.
Yeah.
And farting.
He was taking your grass.
Yeah. Of course, you have to wonder how much, you know, people are going to put up with. But so far, you know, at least we have the Dutch protest. At least we have now farm protests in 38 countries. At last count, India. Talking about farm Canadian truckers. What happened to the protests in America? They died out, didn't they, after a couple of days?
Oh, yeah. Which protest?
Oh, the one about the border.
There's always some kind of protest going on. The what?
Yeah, but if it's... I'm talking about the right protesting. They don't seem to protest for more than a day. And half of them say, what's the point? What's the point? Oh, the left called us names. Oh, we're going home now. The left called us mean names.
Oh my gosh.
What the? You get...
Dude, that's hilarious.
The geyser went off.
I fell into the geyser.
Yeah. Oopsie.
I wanted to know what would happen if you like got up on it, and apparently you fall in.
And you get turned into steamed clam.
Yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah. You are now baked.
That's wild. I mean, could you really fall in one?
Oh, it's round enough it would, yeah. But you don't have to fall into one to get killed by steam. 3rd-degree burns, man. That's going to be like super agony.
That's crazy. It just jumped right in, and he just fell straight down. It followed the camera, followed me in.
Yeah, it did. Remember, that's hot. That's boiling water. Yeah, that's boiling water. That'd kill you.
That's wild, dude. I had no idea. No, I mean, like, I knew it was hot water. I'm just saying, like, I didn't know you could fall in.
Yeah,
for the
I
game.
understand what you mean. Yeah, and in the game, you thought, oh nah, it'd just be a, it'd be like this. You just walk over it.
Yeah.
Even though that would be like that'd be like swimming in a cup of hot water. That would be like swimming in a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Be hot.
Yeah. You'd not want to be in there for long.
Man, this is supposed to be like where wolves are like at. Why ain't there no wolves?
Harlem residents protested against Eric Adams today outside his office.
Oh, that's cool.
Eric Adams is trying to put migrants into housing projects, and the people from Harlem are saying, "Hell no!"
Yeah, I don't blame him.
But then again, it's not motivated by, "Oh shit, this is bad for everybody." It's just, "Hell no, not in my neighborhood." This is just a NIMBY protest. It's just not in my backyard. It's, I mean, sure, it's a good start, but I mean, there's going to be some red-pilled people. I mean, I saw the interview with what's it called on the street? The guy who goes around New York interviewing people in the Bronx. It's getting a lot of people saying they like Trump.
Oh, dude, I got a story to tell you. My wife and daughter and son they went to go visit my mother-in-law at work. So they were in their office, and my son, he just goes around, he fist bumps everybody, saying hey and yada yada whatever. He goes he sees this lady that's like very butch, you know what I mean? It's obvious like she's the alphabet community, and he like would not go up to her and fist bump her.
Whoa.
And she was like, she said, "What's wrong? Why don't you come over to me?" Yada yada yada. And he was like, he just hid behind my wife. Like he understood that there was something not right there. And I was like, based.
Yeah.
And my mother-in-law was like, "Well, come on over here. There's plenty of other pretty ladies." And my son just took off over next to her, and went over there. And she said, "What's wrong? Am I not pretty?" And my mother-in-law had to like bite her tongue and was like, well, "Yeah, you're very pretty."
Yeah.
I was like, based. I was like, all right, buddy, you're good.
Yeah.
He loves him some women. That boy is something else, man. He loves women.
Sweet.
I'm like, good. All right, cool.
We're on a winning track. We're on the winning track. Let's keep it up, son. Keep it up. Keep up the good work, boy.
He said,
"Oh no."
We were at a Kohl's looking at like clothes in the clothing store, And he was like, he said, he saw a mannequin in some lingerie, and he was like, "Ooh, hey, she pretty." I was like, yeah, boy. Maybe not say that about a mannequin, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh my God, why can I not find their deadgum wolves?
He's rejecting modernism.
Good.
Like flat asses.
Yeah. Flat booties is not cool.
Or stupid haircuts.
Yeah. I love it. And my daughter got her ears pierced yesterday, so that was nice. She did really good. She's growing up. All right, this sucks.
No
Oh,
wolves.
wolf, dang it. No wolves. There was 2 of them, but they were crappy. They weren't very good. I didn't get a good one. So,
Wow, so true. Newsmax headline: After what the Democrats said to the courts today, we should write headlines, raise money off it, and use that money to hire lawyers and go after them in the same way. Exactly, Newsmax. They're to outlaw warfare, and if they started losing John Doe law cases, they would change the law so rapidly to force, because last time I checked, according to the Constitution, you're supposed to be able to face your accuser, not have some stupid John Doe lawsuit. And if your evidence against you doesn't match, but unfortunately, this demonization campaign, misinformation, this mass censorship, telling people that democracy is in trouble, and all the weaklings go, "Oh, we gotta protect democracy." Bringing up ghosts of the past. I mean, that's the worst part. Bringing up the ghosts of the past.
yeah.
Claiming everything's about the Yahtzees. If that was true, why are you funding them then? Yeah, oh, that's right. You can't have a PSYOP without a real threat.
Trying to find when where some more wolf locations are.
Yeah.
Come on now, wolf locations.
The farm oh no, what a shock. The farm protests are a threat to democracy. Oh, what a surprise. I am so surprised. I'm surprised they're not saying they're Putin puppets.
Yeah. All right. Big Valley Hanging Dog Ranch has got some.
Big Valley. Let's go to. Actually, aren't you in Big Valley?
No.
I'm just making sure. I can't remember the name of this.
Yeah. All right. So hot spots. Let's see. They're saying right here is a hot spot for wolf activity. Since we're that close, you want to check it out first?
Yep.
Because there's one right here. Then supposedly there's a hot spot right here. And then there's a hot spot right here.
Remember the big deal they're making about the Russian opposition leader who got poisoned in Siberia?
Yeah. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, he went to
wasn't it?
No, yeah, he was sentenced to 19 years in Russia for extremist behavior. Because he's American. Because
he was in Germany, and like his daughter or something was poisoned too.
Yeah, well, apparently he was a neo-nationalist, and he was poisoned by his own people, right? Because he wanted to compromise with Putin, and they could yeah. They're trying to frame Putin. They're just basically shit. We can't win we're not going to win the election, so we'll do some shenanigans, and blame Putin, and with the help of the U.S. State Department, of course. But if you look into this guy, he had a picture of certain people on his wall, and calling them great heroes, and yet you're supposed to be, I thought you guys fought the Yazis and supposed to be against the anti-fash. Yeah, what do you, why are you all silent? Narrative was a fascist. Yet they conveniently they want to rewrite history, basically. I mean, Trudeau and Freeland have been sued over the trucker protest crackdown.
Hey there.
She's the granddaughter of a Yahtzee, actual SS officer, not just anybody.
Get away from me. Bastard.
Well, that fixed that problem.
Come on, be perfect. Come on, be perfect. No, dad nabbit.
Bang.
I shot him once in the top of the head.
But it probably wasn't 3-star to start with.
Where my horse at? Hooch, get over here. Why are you across the water, you dummy? Big old dumb head. Come on, stupid. I'm not over there. I'm over here. Yep.
Oh, cool. I got 21 views on my video yesterday. Cool.
Nice.
Considering how often I don't get often some of my videos hardly get views and some others get lots of views. It's really weird. But it's Rumble, so there's I don't think
I need to start making the videos of my Megazord. Now I got that turntable.
I did the recording for my unboxing of the Chainsaw Man anime bag I got. That'll be up on Monday, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to do I need to find me how to do a background. I need to get like a white poster board or something. One of them cardboard ones that I can put up behind it, because I don't really know how to make like the.
You can get cheap green screens. Just iron them out, or get a
That wouldn't be bad. Well, what I could do is
I
I could get that. I could get like a poster board, and then put like glue green screen material to it.
Yeah, you got to iron it flat though first. Yeah, you got to have it all flattened out. Let it, put something heavy over the whole top. Sandwich it for a couple of days so that it's really flat, not a ripple in it.
Yeah.
Pull it tight. Make sure there's no ripples. Because that when you see somebody green screening, you see those little glints. That's where you got ripples, because the ripple changes the color ever so slightly.
Yeah, Tommy did that like a million times.
Because he was rippled to heck.
Where the heck am I?
You could do a virtual green screen, but again, it doesn't come out right. It doesn't come out good.
Yeah.
If you probably want to do a proper green screen, you've got to get 2 big boards, and you've got to have a backing board, the green screen, and get 2 big boards and sandwich it for a couple of days. Make sure it's absolutely flat, absolutely strung out, and absolutely on a stand. Get one of those big wide stands. Put the board on it. Put the green screen on it, and basically clip it in place so that on the corners, put the corner clips in so that it won't move, and just put it on the stand.
Well, I thought about I've got this adhesive for headliners, like for cars, and what I thought I could do is just spray it down with adhesive and then lay the fabric over it and let it sit for a couple days.
Yeah, you gotta make sure, but first got to get all the ripples out of the fabric. Fabric ripples.
Well, it would with that adhesive.
Yeah,
it wouldn't. I wouldn't need to iron it if I had that adhesive.
Well, yeah. If you lay it out flat, it's not going to move again.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what the effect is. So as long as it doesn't, as long as the adhesive stays flat when it dries and doesn't bubble, you'd be right. So I know some adhesive bubbles, like it doesn't dry even. But again, if you're sandwiching it, it dries even. It's not going to move ever again. You got a nice flat board.
Yeah.
But again, if you want to do green screening, you'd have to have a filter program or pay extra, don't you? Don't you have a premium account to do it? I've only got a standard
StreamYard,
account.
yeah.
Yeah. StreamYard, I think I've only got a standard account, not a premium.
Well, I mean, the first tier paid for is what I have.
Yeah, same, and it does not have virtual background.
I don't have the free account.
Yeah. So if you want to do green screening on StreamYard, you either have to get a green screen filter program or upgrade your StreamYard. And it depends what sort of background you want to put up behind you.
Are you uploading something?
I've got my it's not uploading.
Are you uploading something? Huh?
No.
Oh. Am I roboting? Because you're roboting.
Okay, let me just close this. How's that?
I think. I don't know. I mean,
am I roboting or
time will tell, I guess.
Normal? Time will tell, I guess. Yes. Okay.
Yep.
I just was looking at the Rumble to see if there was anybody on Rumble. Which I guess was taking up too much bandwidth for some reason, which is annoying.
Maybe. I don't know.
Pardon me.
Let's see. Do you have any hotkeys set up for your StreamYard?
No.
You should set up a mute button. That way you don't have to worry about you can just do what you got to do. Hit your button, bam. Like I've got mute set up on the Stream Deck, and then I've also got a mute button here on my soundboard. But I think my hotkey for that is if you go in settings, go to hotkeys. My mute button is just the letter Q. You just strike you can change whatever you want. Strike and that way you can set up you can do camera on off. So like Q is mute and W is camera. So as long as I have one of those tap, so that's just something I don't know I like to do because it's what is this?
Oh, did you get the link I sent you earlier? You're talking about my book I sent on
Which one?
Barnes and Noble. Barnes and Noble. I sent you a Barnes and Noble.
Oh,
link
I
on,
saw it. I haven't
Facebook.
had a chance to look.
Okay, just checking that I wasn't that you got it. My fourth book is going into editing. I can't afford a full-time editor. I have a friend who takes a look at it every couple of days, tells me what to change.
Oh, okay.
And so it's a long process. 248,000 words at 2 cents a word. 248,000 words. That's let's see. Where's the calculator? 248.
Yeah.
That's 3.5. That's nearly 3.5 books worth. Editing would normally cost me $4,960 if I went to a professional editor.
Come on, one of those have got to be
A hit. That's a 1 star. Still got to put it down.
Damn it.
All right. Which one are you? 3
Oh,
stars?
oh yes. Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect. Perfecto.
Good doggy.
Where are you, Hooch? Get over here.
Thanks, Hooch.
I still want to process all of them because I could take all their meat and
Pelts.
stuff.
Yeah, process them all.
Even though they're bad, I'll just drop the
Absolutely.
pelt. It ain't worth it.
No.
But it's
But I mean,
big
still
game meat.
process them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because it gives
somebody
me a
the
wolf
other day,
heart
like,
and big game meat. and I can
Yep.
use the wolf heart for crafting, and I can use the I can take the meat back to the
Camp.
drop.
Now, apparently in this game,
Yep.
you know how Dutch complains to you about nobody supporting the nobody's complain. He's complaining often, right? Every so often you talk to him and he complains that nobody's putting in the kitty.
Yeah.
Well, somebody loaded a mod and dropped 50k in the kitty and then went and spoke to Dutch after not putting anything in the kitty for ages, right? Then dumps 50 and goes to Dutch. And Dutch doesn't mention doesn't even say thank you or anything, you know. So he tried this several times and actually found Dutch never expresses gratitude.
That's
There's
because
no
Dutch is a
script.
douche.
Yeah, it went through loaded the mod and found that Dutch has no gratitude scripts. No, it's all progressively downhill. What a spoiler. Sorry. But
Yeah, well, oh well.
I thought that was obvious to everybody that he does it, that he doesn't thank anybody for donations. But apparently it's been confirmed that, yeah, he squirrels away all the money for himself. He had no intention. That's one of the former Rockstar devs said, yeah, that was the whole point, that that players don't realize until the end that he's squirreled all the money away from himself, you know. But there's always these subtle clues that they put throughout the game. And so many people didn't pick up on that. I was actually surprised myself. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, I've never heard Dutch say any gratitude for anything except for Micah's kiss ass.
Hello, Arthur.
Hello, Arthur. All right. Go over here and do another crafting upgrade.
There's another mod that allows you to spawn animals. You can
That'd be
spawn
cool.
spawn the legendary crocodile in camp and it just runs away though. But spawn the legendary grizzly and it goes to town. It goes to town on everybody. It was bloody.
Now this I can work with. How are you, Hosea?
You know, there's a fan theory that this guy's an agent.
A boy.
Well, this guy's the
Yeah.
agent. That it wasn't Micah. I'm sure Micah Bell squealed like a pig when he got caught. I don't think that was a lie, but I don't think Micah was the one who gave away the robbery. This Micah was with Dutch.
No, it's better than nothing, Pearson.
Micah actually has an alibi. If you look very carefully in the game,
Taste this.
he's in the tent with Dutch.
Oh, Mr. Morgan, I've jotted down a few things that I think could be nice additions around here.
I bet you did.
And there's a point in the game where you actually can follow him, and Micah goes to Annisburg. He's just getting his leg over with the women of Annisburg. He's not meeting with the Pinkertons. So it makes sense. And it's the same with Molly. Molly wasn't around for half the game, so she can't be the mole. Sure, she got caught. She squealed, got let go because she didn't reveal anything that the Pinkertons did already know, that they were responsible for the Blackwater job. What a spoiler, right?
Yeah. Shoot. I gotta started sneezing all of a sudden. So I need to find some perfect snake skin. How do I do that? No
On
duh,
the
person.
trail.
I hope so.
Perfect snake skin, RDR2.
Yeah.
And how do what do I shoot it with? Let's see.
I think varmint gun, right? You got to be careful. Shoot him in the swamp with the varmint gun.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like right here. Weapons to kill. So make sure someone has to spook the horse instantly.
So
Use a bow with a small game arrow. Okay.
Okay, bow,
All
small
right,
game.
cool.
Bit of crafting.
So that's what I need to do then. I need to go craft me some.
Some small
All right,
game
we'll do
arrow.
that. Let's go over here to the fire. Or do we want to do a mission or so? We haven't done a mission in a while.
No, we haven't. But if you advance the game too quickly,
Sleep.
each time you advance the game, the
Hey, there's
problem is,
watching over on Rumble. What's up, Rumble?
hey, Rumble. So the problem is, we found as you advance the game, the animals decrease in population. And since you can't use a animal
I thought I was gonna flip
spawner,
back. Yeah.
you can't use an
So
animal
I
spawner
have
on
an
the
awards bank
PlayStation
tonight.
version. Yep, cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about it. We got all kinds of stuff to set up, and I gotta well, not set up. I'm just gonna go, and we're gonna go to. We got a hotel room, so that'll be nice. It'll be cool to just kind of relax and chill, take it easy, get away from have a night away from the kids. Let's see.
We
There
love you,
is missions for. Yeah, but it'll be nice to have a night out. Albert Mason, the photographer.
Oh yeah.
There is John Marston. There's Dutch. And then there's Mary Linton.
Well, let's
I
go.
was
Do
thinking
the
about just
photographer.
doing John Marston real quick.
All right, go ahead. It's
Okay.
not far. Go ahead. Do a mission.
Well, either the photographer or John.
Yeah, so because if you advance the chapter, you decrease the animal population every time. Makes it harder and harder to hunt.
Oh.
Well, that
Yeah,
hasn't
I
been
reckon.
confirmed, but a lot of people basically think, yeah, as the game as you go along further in the game, the amount of animals, the spawning tank, because like I noticed a lot of people have been accused that the only way they found, a lot of people bitching about the moose, and the only answer seems to be use an animal spawner.
Let's go, Dingus. Let's go. Man, now there's 6 people watching over on Rumble. What's up, Rumble?
Sweet.
You can call in if you want to. That telephone number. Call on. Call up. Say hello.
Hey, this way! You gotta help me out here, mister. Can you? Please? I've been on the run for days now. If you could help me with these shackles, I just might have a chance.
So how'd you end up like this? Easy enough.
Oh, yes. Yes. Perfect. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I got no money to give you, but I think I might got something even better. Well, some drunk's been hoarding his money in this little place south of Rhodes down by the river. A lot of money and very drunk. At least that's what they say.
Oh, yeah? Why'd I be interested in that, huh?
I don't know, just a hunch. It's up to you, friend.
Why don't you take it? I mean, this is the dumbest
Right.
thing. Well, I'm a crook, but I'm going to give you the score of the century.
What's in the cabin? Old lady lives on. Oh, okay. Yeah. That was a good one. Okay.
All right, let's go get it. Might as well.
Well, I thought we was doing that one guy. We was doing the one mission first.
Okay,
Yep.
girl.
Let's go get it. Let's go get this mission done and go finish up with some looting.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's the story, so you take it with a grain of salt. But he's heading to Mexico, and he can't go back and get it. So you just take it with a grain of salt that he's telling you because he can't go get it. But they just
We're heading
didn't
to
build into it.
Mexico.
I'll sleep well tonight.
I'm glad that you'll sleep well tonight. I mean, I don't care. Don't hit a tree. Don't hit a tree. We just are rolling. Let's get her done.
So apparently, a lot of people didn't even know there was a serial killer in this game. And there's a lot of unfinished threads in this game, a lot of storylines.
Yeah, I think there's a. I don't know if it's me. Let's see what my phone says. But the Rumble stream is really glitchy.
So I had to close it because I was roboting.
Maybe it's just my computer. Yeah, I think it's just my computer's like having a hard time with it. I think I'm gonna pull that down and see how that goes because it seems to be fine on my phone. It just was maybe my computer was a problem. So whatever.
I like this one. Man who agrees with the media, Hollywood, and universities, corporations thinks he's part of the cultural rebellion. Yeah, that's true. That's what big man babies they are. Went from rebelling over taxes and on tea to demanding more taxes.
We're fine. We're fine.
Hello again.
Hello. Oh, hello. How are you, sir? Morgan.
Finn Fox.
My nerves.
Hi, hey,
Twice the
on YouTube.
outdoor adventurer I thought.
What's
Hey,
up?
This is
YouTube.
God's own country, and I feel I'm in purgatory.
I know the feeling.
Oh, I hope not.
What you trying to take some pictures of, huh? Some more greedy coyotes?
No. Wolves.
Whoa! You really are trying to get yourself eaten.
Oh, I hope not. I left the meat over there. Thought I'd be safe. Given the wind.
Yeah, sure. You managed to attract the world's least intelligent wolf.
Well,
I'll stay with you a while. If anything comes, I'll protect you as needed.
You are a gentleman.
What's my mission?
You don't know me very well.
Not to
On the
be
game,
Wolves.
I'm just helping the photographer.
Usually,
I'm still in chapter 2.
wolves.
You had many dealings with wolves, Mr. Morgan?
Sure.
Can I help you?
Never been eaten.
Not through lack of trying on their part.
What you doing?
A while back, I helped a friend from getting devoured. Usually, they are not great
They'll be
fans
quiet.
of man.
Don't blame them.
How's your ears
Me
feel?
neither.
I'm good.
Okay.
I haven't put the medicine on yet.
Okay.
I will. We found kids.
Good quick, babe.
In the trees.
Shh.
Don't do anything. I'm going to take a few photos. Come on. Come on.
Have I played already? Yeah, I've played it multiple times. This is like my 5th run through. We're just playing it, just to be playing it.
Good boys. Hungry boys.
No.
Stay back. Stay back. Can't have a man in the frame. They think it's...
Are we changing
Yeah,
colors?
sort of is.
Look at them.
I guess we changed colors.
Especially when clawing at your eyeballs.
Come on.
So what will we do?
Beauty.
They're just wolves.
Something, Mr. Morgan.
Stay there. You wanted wolves? You wanted wolves? You got wolves, Mr. Mason. I don't like wolves. Is that all of them? We might have kept the wolves from the door. Come on. Step out of it. You're safe.
My whole futile existence flashed before my eyes.
Yeah,
Enjoy the ragdoll physics in the game. Yeah, I just fell down
What a waste.
a geyser a little while ago. Hey, Lucy, would you shut this door, please?
Still worse things happen at sea,
do they?
Thank you.
I imagine. Perhaps wolves do better at sea. Are they good swimmers? Well, who knows? You have saved my poor foolish skin once again.
Don't mention it.
Well, I can't begin to repay my debt of gratitude. But no, I am eternally in your debt.
I do, Mr. Mason, I do. You take care now.
And you too, sir.
Yay. I wish Rockstar added more train flight missions. Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know if I think. Oh, yep. Here comes Adam. What's up, man?
What's up, man? I got internets. I got the interweb.
Yay!
Interweb.
Internet.
It's all right. I passed out yesterday, dude. Like I was waiting on Vinny's stream after a massive workout. You saw the breakfast I ate or the brunch. So yeah, dude, I was waiting on Vinny's stream and I fell asleep and then woke up and then I was ready for your stream and then I had no damn internet. I was like, oh, you gots to be messing with me now. So yeah, but yeah, happy belated birthday. I know your birthday because it's in my phone, fool.
Thanks, dog.
Yeah, man. I just, I did that Missouri run, so I've been off my own schedule this whole week. So, yeah, but it was a safe run. Had a good time. Got to see Deranged Lunatic and hang out with my buddy for a couple days, and we watched Ford versus Ferrari, and just did old man shit stuff, old man stuff. So yeah. Now you guys
are actually really close to that house that no, they said they were supposed to. We got nothing. It's dry outside.
See, we had rain the other day when ETEP was having snow, and we were messaging this morning, and they got more snow, and all we got was frost. And I'll take the frost. I don't want the snow. We'll send it to
You can-
David. He can have the snow. We'll send it to Dave. He needs it.
Yeah.
Oh,
If it
wow.
snowed down there,
awesome.
that'd be weird.
Would be-
Better
should be-
yet, we'll just bring him here and put his ginger ass out in the snow and take a picture. Aussie
I've
with the
been in
snow.
the snow.
Yeah.
I know you
I've
have
been
been,
in the
but not
snow.
with me and Seth at your side. You haven't.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
haven't seen me in snow. That's the point.
Yeah,
you're
brother.
trying to
Yeah,
make, yes.
exactly. homie.
Finn Fox says,
Something-
who's the other two guys? So I'm the Appalachian American. I run this channel. This is my channel. I got David Applegate, who's an author. He comes and hangs out with me on Coffee and Gaming. And then I got my buddy Adam Shawhan, Superfan, who's kind of like he's on everybody's channel. He just does his thing
me.
wherever
I'm
he
everywhere,
feels
man.
like it. Yeah, he's like MasterCard. He's everywhere you want to be.
Yep. Pretty
So-
much.
Or
Yeah.
is that I don't know. It's one of them cards. But anyway, yeah, all their links are down below in the description if you want to check out their channels. They all do different stuff and, just whatever.
I do old
Yeah.
hillbilly stuff. I burn wood and clear out my woods, and then I go on other people's channels. I was on the men's.
He
room
messes with
Seth.
his wood,
I mess with my wood. That's right. Bring on brutal morning wood so he can let you know how brutal it is. We're just a bunch of guys that like to
he
hang
doesn't
out
play
and
with other
have
people's
fun.
wood. He just plays with his own.
That's right. In my
Yeah.
woods, baby. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, he
You
plays
can
with his
listen
own
to it
wood.
Scream as it burns in the fire pit. It's screaming, not me. Oh, it's your turn. You betcha. Oh,
Tear
yeah.
down the deadgum camp. I'm trying to do something, you goob.
Right. A couple years ago, you'd have
Yeah.
seen me on here with Seth and the guys on the men's room every Friday night for 2.5 years. We were on.
Yeah,
here
he was a
together.
regular.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
Betcha.
a regular. Now he just kind of pops in when he pleases.
Yeah, or when you absolutely need me. I've been here a couple. It just depends on scheduling. We all got lives
That's true,
outside
yeah.
of the YouTube. I mean, it's never nothing. To clarify, there was never a personal issue here. It was just life got in the
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Ask father of 9, right?
Yeah.
Life got in the way, yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him in a while.
No.
Not since he started weekend shifts. That's the problem,
Yeah.
isn't it? Weekend shifts.
Yep. I seen Dave was on last night with you for a bit, or Dave and Anime and Lape at least made it. So that was good.
Yeah, Late was. I think his wife was out again because he's able to give us a full show.
Right. Yeah, he didn't have as many to-do lists, things to do, honey-do
No.
lists.
Yeah, how do you do? Yeah.
Yeah. It just isn't as much fun on the phone, and I only had X amount of stupid data because I refuse to pay for a lot of data because I don't usually ever need it. And then, of course, last night I did. Oh, well. It's coffee and gaming, baby.
Yeah, and this afternoon I recorded
Yeah.
an unboxing, so got an unboxing video for Monday.
Nice.
Well, that'd be Sunday night for you. Yeah, I got a Chainsaw Man grab bag at the local pop culture store.
Yeah.
$180 worth for $99. I mean, that includes the bag, of course.
Yeah.
It's about 6 items. But given the cost of pop culture stuff these days, 99's cheap. I mean,
Shut up, lady.
last year I bought Misa unboxed for 30. She's now 90.
Oh, wow.
And that's nothing to do with the value of the or the rarity, right? Anywhere you can go, you can get at least a couple of dozen variations of her, and they're all between 45 and 90. The vinyl boxes,
Yeah.
the vinyl sculptures, and then you can go online and go to Amazon and get epoxy. People are charging. I could get an epoxy one and paint it for like 30, but I'm not good at painting figures, but you get epoxy prints, 3D prints of anime figures. It's just gone up so much. A figure I bought for $79 is now $249.
Holy shit.
Yeah, everything's because the the discrepancy between the dollar and the yen's crashed, so the discrepancy in value has gone way up. Plus, you've got import taxes now because of change, because the new government says, because you've got all these people saying, oh, yeah, everybody's going to pay their fair share. And like, I'm so sick and tired of hearing that bullshit that people aren't paying their fair share of taxes.
We've overpaid our fair share of taxes by 100-fold. So it's time that we don't pay any taxes and let these rich bastards pay all of it. You know,
this guy is arguing.
Yeah.
This guy's arguing, oh, trickle down economy doesn't work. Reagan's tax policies. This is Obama's tax regime, you fool, not Reagan's. What bloody century are you living in? You know?
Well, it's as simple as we didn't have this problem, and I don't care if you're a Trump supporter or not. He's a piece of shit. Again, he made plenty of fuck ups, but you know what? Our economy was fine when he was in office, and it didn't go up 20-30% inflation until Biden took office.
And we didn't have, well, officially, it's
worldwide, mind you, worldwide, not just here in America.
Worldwide,
your guys' shit got messed up too. Yeah,
because of the discrepancies in value of currencies. Has been shifted. And you have the UK now in recession. I mean, wow, Reagan, people didn't pay their fair share taxes. Wow. You didn't have, Reagan didn't have 33 trillion in debt. Yes, Reagan had the Contra affair. And you get all upset about Reagan and the Contras, the illegal arms trade. What about Obama arming the Ukrainian Nazis? You know,
what about Biden doing the same thing? Fuck Obama. I mean, and fuck Reagan. We've had plenty of current stuff in the last 30 years that erases everything Reagan's done because they've all done the same thing he did. We have funded every fucking war, both sides, bro. Every war, we have been on both sides of it. We are dirty, dirty people. That's why they hate America. Wake up, people. We ain't as clean as you think. We were just as dirty as the rest of them. So
people are so naive. I point out instances from Nick. You know, there are people who didn't even know that America invaded Panama in 1936.
There are people that can't figure out that 1776 is about to happen again because they won't even defend the Texas border. Who, Texas, at any point in time could have said, well, we're not going to deal with your shit. We're going to do this anyway.
There is an organization who had a website calling for millions of people to come to America to take it over. And people are coming, still streaming. You have Imundo running ads in Guatemala for people to come to America to run for government office.
Well, yeah, because we've had illegals in office. Yeah, I think Minnesota's got one. There's a couple other states that have got them. And I'm like, how can you not be a citizen and run office? You know, like they're supposed to be laws. But here's the thing. This is what everybody seems to keep forgetting.
They got one in Chicago who was just appointed.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. We're not a nation of laws, because if we were, the shit we're dealing with right now wouldn't be happening. They're only attacking us that want to fight the communism that's happening, that we supposedly ended in World War II, but we never did. That's the sad point. And here we are with a piece of shit that we know did not win. We know for a fact the election was interfered with. It doesn't matter who you voted for, who you wanted in. The facts are, there were boxes of ballots that were not counted. I don't care whose name was on there. We already know the election was not legit, period. End of it. It doesn't matter whose name was on those ballots. They were hidden and not counted. And how many times have we seen in different states the same thing? And the videos of them stuffing in mail-in ballot. You're supposed to have a ballot that you put in yourself, not 150 in one mailbox, you know. We know this, and yet nothing has happened. The crap that's happening to Trump. You called this, Dave. You said they're going to make him bankrupt. 2.5, 3 years ago, you said that? 4 years ago? 3 years ago? I can't remember, brother, the exact date. And we were thinking, well, hopefully the law will stop that from happening. And look at what just happened in fucking New York that needs to burn to the ground.
Yep, we were talking about after the election when New York changed the laws. I said, this is exactly aimed at Trump. You watch, they're going to sue Trump, and they're going to keep suing him for everything over and over and over again until he's got nothing left.
And I hate to say it, we didn't think it would happen, but I mean, we knew the court system wasn't just, but man, I mean, this is just point blank. We know the documents he could have as the president, but yet the now president had documents when he was a vice president and a senator that he wasn't supposed to have. Yet nothing's happened. Nothing.
You have documents that are not supposed to leave the National Archives in his garage, and he's saying, "Oh, but they were under lock and key."
As they're in boxes right there, you can just walk in and take them. Yeah.
Excuse me, they're not even supposed to, leaving the building with them is supposed to be a 20-year felony.
Yeah. Well, coming across our border illegal is too, but
But that's beside the point.
Rules for thee, not for me.
Yep. And everybody's focused on Texas, and I've said it from day one. Okay, that's where they want you looking. What's happening in California? How many are coming through that way? And there's been people showing there's even more. And the reason it's happening is, again, he came in office, undid everything Trump did. People have been sneaking in and they telling their buddies, hey, man, they're not doing it. Now there's an express lane. They can get on planes before you or I. We should not be paying any taxes. The government should be shut down. And every single last one of these people should be prosecuted. And you know what the penalty for treason is. And they all need to be got. It needs to be taken care of once and for all.
The problem is people have been so emotionally manipulated, yet they turn around and say, oh, separate your religion from state. Really? Then why are you saying it's our religious duty to take these people in?
Exactly. They have no logic, David. They're brainless.
I know. Well, they're emotionally manipulated, but yeah, you're right. They're not thinking. They're reacting.
They're not. Your emotions don't matter. That was like the Dora the Explorer bullshit. Like, I never understood. Why are you teaching us Spanish? You should be teaching them English.
Yeah, that's what Dora was, to sell us on Browning America. That's the whole point of Dora the Explorer. That Dora and her people were coming to America to take over, and that is exactly what's happening now. These aren't the kids who watch. Liberals aren't the kids who watch South Park. Liberals are not the kids who went out on their bikes. Liberals are the kids who were sitting in front of Disney and Dora the Explorer and Saved by the Bell and all the other after-school specials. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were the ones singing, it's a brave world, it's a small world after all, and Kumbaya. They weren't the kids going out with the Boy Scouts. They were the kids sitting under the bleachers smoking, saying, everybody's an arsehole, man. Everybody's an arsehole. They're all,
Oh, yeah. Well, again, I'm so tired of them calling them immigrants, too. These aren't immigrants, for one. For two, the numbers should be zero. I think it was Poland that has taken in absolutely no illegals. They have people that come through the way you're supposed to.
Well, that's why they're attacking. That's why they're destroying Ukraine. So that after the war, they could say to Ukraine, "Oh, we have to rebuild your population. Here's 10 million. Here's 10 million from Africa, and there'll be nobody to resist because there'll be nobody to resist.
The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at sacrifice."
Well, if people aren't smart enough to realize the amount of people they've let in is higher than the birth rate of Americans right now, the actual people that live in America that are legal citizens, they outnumber us 101.
Yeah,
in birth rate.
But in the next 10 years, there'll be less than half the population of Europe will be Europeans because they're not having children.
Yep.
This is the last generation. We've been driven extinct by birth control pills, by poison in the water, by poisons in our vaccines, by poisons in our food.
Yeah, man.
And poisons in our media, telling the women not to have kids. And
did you see that? Hold on, Dave. Seth, did you see that big storm last week that was kind of like right around Ohio? That big stretch shit.
He jumped
and then
up.
They come out and said that it was to hide radar stuff with aluminum in the air. But remember when they said they weren't putting aluminum in the air? Yeah, I call bullshit. There's more going on than we even know.
Absolutely.
What was that?
They said that it had aluminum and metals in the stuff that they were covering over that storm. It wasn't a storm. It was stuff that they did that's supposed to block enemy radar. And this was one of the news stories I caught off of Facebook. And
was
that's what they said that was. And remember, with all the chemtrails and all that, where they're saying they're putting
Yeah.
metal in the food, and then you find chicken. Tyson had a ton of
Mhm.
chicken recalled because of metal in the food. What the
Yeah.
hell are they doing?
A lot of these aircraft, as they fly over the United States, have been paid by the California government. This is how Spirit Airlines makes its money, by the way, paid by the California government to spray aluminum into the atmosphere.
Yep. And our government just did it and then just admitted it after saying that all that aluminum spraying, David, what were they saying about it? They weren't doing it.
A right-wing conspiracy theory.
Thank you. Yes, we're Nazis if you believe
Well,
that.
you
While
guys-
the Nazis are actually poisoning us. Thank you. You know.
Yeah.
And
Check out a channel called Monkey Works. He talks a lot
Yeah.
about flying over and patterns in the weather and stuff like that. And he dives into some of that stuff. And there's a lot of stuff that's been pretty much put out there that, you know, this stuff does happen. Like, this is real.
Did you know I don't know the details yet, but apparently a foreign official has been murdered in DC, and they're trying to cover it up.
I'm not surprised. I'm more amazed, David, that we haven't had more American deaths with the scum that they've let in our country, and especially like pointed towards specific parties. You know what I mean? Like, hey, let's go. I mean, granted, if New York falls, fuck them. They get what they deserve. California, same thing. You know,
he was part of an international police task force sent to DC. Okay, he was coming out of his hotel and he disappeared. And he was found later dead in his hotel, and nobody can see how he got back in or when he died.
Oh, so like Epstein, that, you know, magically, deleted
Kenyan
himself.
cop, Kenyan cop
Yeah.
on a international drug smuggling.
The camera's cut off, you know.
Camera's cut off. Found in his room. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's a scary state of affairs. I know that Seth is in better shape because he's been doing exactly the same stuff we've all been doing, where we're trying we're growing our own food, people, because again, we're tired of being poisoned.
Mm-hmm.
Now they finally admitted that they knew in
But when it comes to
1956
growing your own food and stuff, also you gotta look at like where you're getting your seeds and where you're getting your feed. You know, you could get chickens, but where are you getting your feed from? Because these feeds have been known to reduce egg laying, and
that's why you still got to feed them organic.
Like,
you know, chickens eat meat. People, everybody seems to think that they don't. There is no reason for you to have a $25 trash bill when the majority of your scraps can go to your chickens. There's not much they cannot eat and will not eat.
They'll even eat their own.
Oh yeah. Dude, I crush up the eggshells because it's a good source of calcium for them.
Yeah,
and you can use that in your plants. I don't buy the stuff in the stores for my food. I do it myself.
You know what's good for chickens? Potato peels.
Yep, but not brown potatoes. Not your russet. They cannot eat the russet potatoes for
white potatoes. White potatoes, or well, actually brown skin potatoes. Yeah, all your brown skin varieties. Good for chickens.
No, not here in the States. We feed them red potatoes, not the brown potatoes. Russet potatoes are bad for them.
I thought that's what you called red potatoes. Sorry.
No. We've got red potatoes, white potatoes, then there's the brown Idaho style that are like bakers. You don't want to feed them the bakers.
No, not those.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. And for everybody trying to figure out, of course, Dave's from Australia. You know, we're from the States, so there's a little bit of different lingo when it. But yeah, exactly, brother. We're saying the same thing, just different. Yeah, exactly, David.
Same with humans. Do not eat your crappy, cheap brown potatoes. Get red skin as much as possible. You get your red skin potatoes as much as possible, and don't buy these low carb potatoes because they're GMO.
Oh, they messed with it. Yeah, exactly. You need to buy. See, I try to get everything from the farmers. And, you know, a potato, once it spuds and starts growing, you can plant it and make more potatoes. Holy crap. Yeah. Imagine that. Top of a carrot, right? You replant it.
Did
you know?
anybody, and please,
Yep.
When Biden, you noticed when Biden went to a random family, he gave them chicken, but he had a gourmet hamburger.
Yep.
He would not touch the chicken. Why?
Why after we announced Bill Gates chicken did all of a sudden you see chicken nuggets on sale and all the chicken products on sale? Because it sure as hell what. And now you find out, we were told that tumor meat is only in one state or in one or two restaurants, and now it's in everything, which we predicted would happen.
Yep. And
Yep.
again, this is not capitalism. America is not a capitalist country. America is a socialist country. Oh, he's gone. All your big corporations get government contracts. That's the only way they survive. It's your tax money. That's why you're in so much debt.
No, please don't hurt him. No,
It is.
please don't kill me. Take whatever you want. Just tell me where you keep the money, or I swear I'll kill you right there. The chimney. It's in the chimney. Just please don't hurt me.
All right. It is just so sad how people just, I don't know, mass formation psychosis. They've just figured out that, with all the selective protesting, the giving in to left-wing protesters, this psyop's been going on for like 50 years, where they've been encouraging, basically a left-wing takeover of the universities, encouraging, Adam's back.
Oh.
I knew you were playing, so yeah. No, the damn computer froze. It's still spinning. I'm like, what the hell? Like, David and I start agreeing, and they shut the internet down. They're like, nope.
Yeah, that's it. Game over.
Game over.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting along. That's it. They're talking sense. Shut them down.
Yeah, you mentioned Bill Gates, and whoops, can't have that.
I hate that prick. I wish they would let me be in a room with him for like a minute.
When
Just
I
1
was
minute.
at school, I was at school when Microsoft started, right? When Bill Gates and PCs came out, and we knew back then that Bill Gates had hired a private jet, right, and had hookers and blow for politicians to get funding for Microsoft to steal the DARPA funding from digital research. Gates didn't invent DOS. He did have a thing called the file allocation table. There are 6 things that he's accredited with. But if you or I did it, we'd get $100,000 check and go F ourselves, right?
Yeah. Well, he's never created really anything. He stole other people's shit and then, maybe fiddled with it a little and then claimed it was his. And anything coming out of his mouth doesn't make any sense. Like, you're nobody. You're no different than me, David, or Seth. There's no difference between Bill, other than people give him money and they listen to him, just like they listen to what was that stupid girl about the I can't
because
think of her
they're
name.
Told to. Greta Thunberg.
Thumper. Yes, thank you, David. Yeah, just like her. Like, why would you listen to a child? Oh, well, you won't tell a child.
How dare you? How dare you?
See, they were all told to clap.
Just like when they hold up the applause sign for you because they think you're too fucking stupid to laugh at something that's not funny, and that's why we don't laugh at it. It's not funny, but we got to have the audience cheer. I hate sitcoms. I want sitcoms with no laugh track.
Yeah. They reckon that if you can't watch a sitcom without the audio,
man, I love sitcoms.
Laugh, it's not. Yeah.
I would if they didn't have the damn laugh track in it. Why do we have to have the same laugh track in every single? Think about it. It's the same laugh track.
That's because that's neurolinguistic programming. Yep. So that when you hear that track, your brain goes nostalgia.
I have proof of it's not even that, dude. Remember, I have a mentally retarded person here, and he's quiet till he hears the laugh tracks, and it's not even something funny, and then he starts laughing. I have proof of this shit with a mentally brain damaged individual that is not made up. I would die, David. I would die to have fucking TV. Sorry, without laugh tracks, man.
Yeah.
If it's funny, we'll laugh. We don't need to be told when to laugh.
Which is funny because remember when Bill Gates was talking about the chip that would censor TV, you know, it would take out all the ads.
Yeah.
And then I said, laugh tracks and all of, censor TV. Yeah, that would go astray. That would go wrong, would it, in Bill Gates' hands? Because how does that chip work? Well, it's connected to the internet. Oh.
Yep. I just don't understand how it is. After what's happened in the last 4 years, especially, but right now with the Texas thing, I don't see how more Americans still cannot. I mean, I see the Trump rallies, and it seems like there's a ton of us that are tired of this stuff. Then why don't everybody stand up? You know what? Stop paying taxes. If you want to stop the government for overspending, quit paying taxes. But you know what? Tax time's coming up. You got 3 years before you have to file. Don't file for the next 3 years until shit's fixed. Yeah. What are they going to do? Fine you more? So what? Don't worry about you're worried about your credit. Your credit means nothing. If you've got a house, you've got a car, and you've got a job, and you can support the 3 bills you always pay, right? Your mortgage, your electric, and your gas, because at least you've got shelter, you've got heat. And again, you can keep your food cold and cook. Then you got to have food, you know. It's that simple. Those are the only things that matter. The rest of the shit doesn't matter. Your religion doesn't matter. Your race doesn't matter. Your belief in whatever, the pink elephant, doesn't matter. And once you figure this out, you see how much of the matrix you're in. And the only way to stop it is to get off. And to get off, you have to stop paying the thing that is destroying you. Right now, it's our taxes. You're stuck paying them when you go to the store, so don't pay your federal or state taxes anymore. And everybody, if we all did this year, do you know how much shit would change? Because they wouldn't have all that money. Every American should stop paying taxes right now.
During the panic, because your tax money is supporting all these corporations.
BlackRock.
Because, BlackRock.
That's all you got to say, BlackRock, because they own everything. Yep.
Yeah, and how did they get all that money? Well, the government's been giving them money for the last 20 years, just giving it to them.
Yep.
How did Amazon start? Well, the government just gave him $1 million grant. If you and I wanted to start a business, we wouldn't even get a $10,000 grant. So how did he get $1 million grant?
Oh, we wouldn't even get $1, David.
No, but if you and I went to the Small Business Association,
I'm with you.
We'd be lucky to get $10,000. That's because usually them. That's their average. They do go up to 100,000. So where did he get $1 million from?
Yep.
Oh, investors.
How do you make thousands of dollars, but yet you're a millionaire, but nobody looks in it? But you sell one book, and they want to know every mother effing thing that how many books did you sell? How many dollars did you get? Oh, you made over $500. Oh, we've got to look at your taxes. You are literally attacking those of us that are supposed to be free. We have no freedoms anymore, man. It's all a bunch of lies.
But the problem is, liberals, most of them are my age or older, they're stuck in Reagan era. Oh, Reagan's trickle down didn't work. Oh, it's all Reagan's fault. But you've been in charge since then, and you fixed nothing. Exactly. It is not Reagan's tax system. Even when Trump was in power, it was still Obama's tax system. Trump could not get the tax system changed. It was Obama's tax system. So all his people complaining all the time. But the problem is when you present liberals with facts, because they can't shed their ego, because they don't want to, they only want confirmation.
What is facts?
Yeah, because Jimmy Dore said that shit libs are either man babies or alcoholics.
Yeah. Well, it's just sad, man. It's sad to see how far we've fallen in 4 years, and the fact that it was so easy for him to do. Again, I've questioned everything since 9/11. That was the big one for me. Again, being 48, dude, that was the big, we had other small shit, the Gulf War and all that shit, but 9/11, that was the big one because it didn't make sense. There's no way. I used to work for the local airport, dude. There is, even with the bit of information I know and what I was trained on, there is absolutely no excuse for what happened the way it did.
There were people. Well, what did it take? 9/11. Let's see, 9/11. 20 something years later, we finally get the airport video, and what happens?
What a plane.
Three guys.
Yep.
3 guys being escorted through the airport. Who were the what were the Philadelphia hijackers? You know, the ones that went. They were escorted through the airport
by security.
By a guy in security uniform. And they were taken around the detectors. These were the hijackers. They were escorted by security to the flight.
Yep. And because I knew that, David, that's why I drove to Missouri and I refused to fly. I will not fly. I will only drive. I do not trust the airlines because they did it back then. And look at how many people been let in and they don't know where they are. They've even said we have no idea where they went. Oh, that's just intelligent.
Yeah.
And they act surprised when heathenist people do heathenist shit, Dave. How is it you know these people don't speak our language, don't respect us or our laws, as you saw what happened in New York, and then they sit there and still think it's okay to not charge them and let them out, but you or I, jaywalkers, spit on the street, and we're going to do 20 years, Dave.
Yeah.
You'll get arrested and you're not even in America, brother. You know, you're just guilty by association to me and Seth, brother.
Absolutely. Look,
just like the January 6th nonsense. Meanwhile, we've had, 5 more real insurrections? But nothing's happening, you know?
No.
Every one of those Republicans, well, they're communists. Again, the entire
They're
party is
not
communist.
Republicans.
I'm done calling them Republicans and Democrats and liberals. They're all fucking commies. They are. If you can't see that after the Texas thing, you're the problem. You're the problem with America today. Because if you don't want to secure our border, you shouldn't be here. I don't care where you go.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say it, Seth. You already know. You know, hi, I'm Negan. But, and David, you know too, because we all are on the same page. Look, it's, you know, legals over any illegal. And right now it's America over everyone. I don't care. I mean, I care about you, David. Yeah, I don't want you or Paul or any of our friends, Brent, Jess, anybody we know anywhere to be hurt. But we all got to take back our country. And if everybody's waiting on America, we're fucked because Americans ain't doing shit. Our guns have become antiques. There are people right now that should be in prison just based off the shit that recently happened. How can you vote for more money for other countries while our government says we don't have money for Social Security, we don't have money for the elderly, we don't have money for homeless, but they're giving trillions of dollars to other countries and not a fucking thing has been done? State by state should be taking over everything and shutting the government down.
They've been slow. See, this is the boiling frog analogy. They've been slowly genociding you through abortion, through birth control pills.
Don't breed. It takes a mom and a dad to work together or not be together. Everybody has to work to barely be able to afford anything.
And every woman every day is telling every other woman, you're better off without a man. And yet you could see, oh yes, but we've got to equalize the economy. We've got to fix this first. We've got to fix that first. You know, they're always changing everything, so they're keeping people paralyzed.
Yeah,
right.
Just like climate change, bro. Anybody that's questioning what David says, all you got to do is look at climate change. Yeah, we started with an ice age, and now they're like, oh well, we don't know what the weather's doing. David, we've been saying that for 50 years that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about
because they can't even tell you the weather tomorrow.
Exactly.
So they're saying, oh, but the ocean levels rose 2 millimeters, and that's the error margin of the equipment they use to measure the ocean levels.
Yep.
And I asked somebody, how much ice is there? Do you know how much ice is there? Have you seen the ice? Oh, you ask them basic questions, and they say, shut up, you're a climate denier, or when this discussion's over, you're a Nazi. You know, they don't want... There's
no conversating with them, man. Like they think they're right. Their way's the only way. And if you don't agree with them, that's it.
Because they've been emotionally manipulated for the last 50 years to believe the world is ending. And how many times do you have to be lied to? I had a conversation with a politician the other day, and he says, if you go through the halls of, he's only in state government,
right.
He says, if you go through the halls of power and you question the narrative, even your own party now turns on you.
Yep.
And this is an Australian politician who's been there for 50 years, right? He's been, he's you and I age, right? He's been there since, and he's just basically seen his own party just suddenly overnight, just turn because if you question the climate narrative, they come for you. Who's they? Who's they? Who's coming for you?
Well, think about it. 40% of the Democratic Party don't agree with the Biden way. Okay, that means those are the actual Democrats and the Republic. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have actual Democrats and Republicans, but within we have the enemy. We know who these people are.
We know that 42. We know now from the last election, 42% of the population didn't vote. So how did that? So if you, let's say, take that right with a grain of salt, that there was maybe 10% double voting, right?
Right.
That's still what, 30, 40 million votes that appeared from nowhere.
Yep.
And that's not accounting that's accounting for all the shenanigans and everything. There's no way on this God's green earth that a record number of turnout with all the problems where they had voting machines shut down. And even now they're saying that, oh yeah, we've got all these pallets of uncounted votes.
Yep. And
we have the former comptroller of New York who came out the other day in an interview and says, "Oh, we stopped counting once Herschel won. Once we got enough votes for Herschel, we shut it down. They hadn't even counted 40% of the vote, and they gave it to Herschel because they just said, "Oh, we got the numbers."
And we've said that before, that it didn't make any sense. Where like all of a sudden somebody is getting their ass whooped, and then
suddenly 3 hours later it's called.
It's like 10% of the vote. Yeah, it's like, it's like, oh,
40
look,
average,
10% if came in and this person's winning 90-10, so we're going to call it. But only 10% voted. There's still 90% to go.
Yeah.
But that's why they have the early ballots, so that they can call
Seth's
it.
ready to wrap it up, I could tell.
Sorry,
I know, dude. I hate to break it up because it's
okay,
good
brother.
conversation. I love it, but I've got too much stuff to do this afternoon.
It's
So I've got to get going.
All right,
come on, dude. If things fall through on Monday, David, I was telling you, but we're supposed to be going to go look at another car.
Yes.
If things fall through, we're probably going to do this again on Monday morning because I'm off.
Right.
But I mean,
depends.
We probably won't know until later if we can do it or not. So
I don't know what's happening. So I'll let you know.
Okay, yeah. So we'll tentatively plan. We will definitely plan for next Saturday.
Yeah.
Be live for coffee and gaming, and Friday nights our usual men's room. Be on the lookout for some toy videos. Now that I got my turntable, I bought a turntable. Well, my wife got me a turntable for my birthday, so I will be filming some toy videos.
Nice.
That'll be cool. I'm super stoked. David's usually got videos every day. Check out his channel. Adam's everywhere and with everyone. So yeah, Adam, you need a LinkTree and put like where you're gonna be at on Mondays. Like link it to whose channel on, and then put like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Because dude, you're different days.
If I would do that, but like with ETUPs, it's a rotating panel, so you find out that day of. But
okay,
yeah, and I mean it's literally like that with all the channels that I'm with. I mean, like I can, and then of course I have an open invitation with Vinny and Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. When they do the toy stream, like I wasn't even going to jump on, and then I did. And I mean, we had a great stream, showing off toys. Like, again, like you're to what you were saying with the turntable. So, I mean, because I've got a huge collection. So again, and it's Collector's Pass. It'll be on Vinny Art or on Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. But again, that's Thursdays. Wednesdays, it's pretty much Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. ETEP Cooling's place to be reviews. That's pretty much where I'm going to be. And then his stuff's changing. Everybody's things are changing because again, we all have lives, and that's as we have life itself is changing. Yeah. So our YouTubes are changing. Hey, we wish we could do this all day long and get paid, but we all have to work.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, I'm the only one without a job. Well, you don't have a job, but I don't have a job. But most
right.
of the guys have a
But
job.
yeah, I take just like you, man. You're an author. But yeah, you and I don't have a 9 to 5. We have life,
we
and then
still
the
got
work
stuff.
inside of life
Yeah.
that we don't get paid
Yeah.
for.
Yeah. Well, I
That'd
just
be
finished
nice.
the book.
Yep.
I just finished the book, so if I was working, I'd be paying and had to pay for an editor. It cost me nearly $5,000 now.
Right.
Yeah.
And 5 years ago, it would have only cost me $400. Editing that's just gone through the roof. It's ridiculous.
But the inflation's only in your head.
While there's only
it's
12 people left
yeah.
on Rumble, hey, go ahead and hit that that subscribe button, because we will be back next Saturday. Tommy 8807 says hi there. So hi there, Tommy. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll be back live next Saturday. You guys take it easy, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Good day, sir.
Later, dudes.
Good night, Jimbo.
Hell, I got to go.
Peace out.
Burn in hell, New World Order. Fuck you. You, New World Order. You, Bill Gates.